Hey everybody, it is Heather with Just Ask Heather, and I just wanted to come go live today because on my Trello board yesterday, for my calendar, it popped up that I needed to refresh my Thanksgiving board, and that reminded me that I really wanted to do a live and show y'all kind of um, how I organize my holidays during the holiday season so that I have a stress-free holiday season and that I'm not like just rushing around trying to get everything done and going crazy and just not even enjoying myself because, I'm just working on holiday stuff all the time. So I have pretty much gotten it down to a science. My Thanksgiving, especially, I pretty much with the exception of last year, for most of the years, for several years now, I have been doing all the cooking and prep work and shopping and everything for Thanksgiving by my choice, of course. The family would be willing to help me, but I just enjoy doing it so much. It's my favorite holiday. So I do all of it for about 12 to 15 people every year. And it is a lot of prep work and it's a lot of organization that you need to get it done. But I have it to where we have to eat at a certain time, and I have it down to a science. And my husband has the type of job where he has to he works a lot of the holidays. Well, not anymore, but for a while he was working every holiday, and we would have to have lunch, or we'd have to actually have lunch because he'd go in the evening shift, and so we would eat before he went to work. So I would have everything done by noon so that we could have a nice, Thanksgiving dinner, and then he could go on to work after. So I just want to share my screen and kind of show you how I organize my Thanksgiving board. And then I'm going to also show you Christmas, even though I'm not ready to plan my Christmas yet. It's, they kind of go hand in hand almost. And you'll have to excuse my office right now. I am in the middle of glam box packing and stuff. And so my office is a disaster. There's glam box stuff everywhere. In fact, this morning when I got to work, I had gold vinyl like stuck to my fingers still, like little bits and stuff. And so this week is always like kind of a very stressful week for me and a very busy week because I got to get my glam boxes out for all my wonderful customers who are expecting them next week. So they always go out on the Saturday, the first Saturday of the month. So anyway, so if you're interested in what a glam box is or anything about glam boxes, just leave a comment below about glam boxes, and I'll message you and give you some more information. But anyway, so what I want to accomplish today is help you have a stress-free holiday and to actually enjoy your holiday season, as I said. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen, and I am going to show you my Trello board. So let's see. I want to share this one. And whoops. There we go. So this is my Trello board, and I don't know if you have ever seen if you've ever seen a Trello board or even know what Trello is. Trello is basically, I have a video showing how I use it for my calendar and other situations on my YouTube channel, and basically it's kind of a Pinterest board for your brain, basically. So you can add pictures and stuff, like I have a picture here, but it's basically lists. So this is a list, and bucket list, I have a capital I instead of a lowercase I. And then the list have cards. So basically that's how it's set up. So you have lists, and then you can have cards, and there's so many things you can do with these. There's like it's a limitless thing you can do with Trello, and it's super awesome. And if you want to know more about the basics of Trello, just put in the comments below basic, and I will kind of give you some more information about the basics of Trello. But for my Thanksgiving board, I have a bucket list of things that I would like to get done or do during Thanksgiving. Usually I keep this, I have my Trello board throughout the year on my Trello. So, if I come up with ideas or somebody says, oh, we should do this next year or something, I can always put it over here on my bucket list in the first corner right here. And then, maybe when Thanksgiving rolls around, maybe we can plan it in our schedule. This is my to-do list, and I really thought this was a really cool thing. This I saw last year. It's like a photo challenge, and I know you've probably seen those on Facebook and Instagram, and especially on Pinterest. This one's the November photo challenge, and it just challenges you to take a picture a day, and so you can document your holidays. Because I don't know about you, but the one thing that I am really bad at is when I have a holiday and I worked so hard for it, or a party or an event, and I worked so hard at the planning and everything, I forget to take pictures, and it's like so bad. It's awful. So anyway, this is a great way for me to remember to take pictures and stuff. So that's just on the to-dos. And as Thanksgiving gets closer, there will be more things on this to-do list, obviously. These are some projects that I've wanted to do. So I have little projects on here. I have a silhouette cameo and a silhouette portrait. If you're not familiar with either of those, it's kind of like a Cricut. It's a die cutting machine. And so I saw this really cute 3D mantle scarecrow that I've been wanting to make. And it's super involved, but it's like an expert level, like silhouette user kind of pattern. So anyway, I have it on here. I had it on here last year. I didn't make it because I didn't have time, but I'm hoping I can make it this year. So I still have it on here. And then I also want to make some napkin rings, some really cute, I saw some really cute napkin rings to make. So that is my projects. I'll probably put more on here. I may take some off. Who knows what I'll do. So then the next column here is my shopping list. And this will get involved, and I'll show you a little bit about that in a little while. But first, let me show you the menu. So basically, I have a list, and it's a menu of all the things that I plan to make for Thanksgiving, or that I want to try or whatever for Thanksgiving. And so most of these are like things we always make, but then there's a few things on here like these pumpkin parfaits. Those were really good. And this spice cake in a jar, that was really cool. And I'm probably not going to make those this year because I have another idea of something else I'm doing this year. So I always like to send everybody home with something a little special, kind of like a party favor, except more of a Thanksgiving favor. So last year, we sent, I think it was last year. It was either last year or the year before. I sent them either with a pumpkin parfait or with a spice cake in a jar for them to take home. And it had like a really nice little note and stuff on there too. So anyway, what does this say? I can't see because of this. So anyway, this is like the menu. And so what I do is I just put down exactly what's going to be, what we're going to serve. And so that goes there. And yes, we have 2 dressings. My husband makes this dressing everybody loves that has, it has meat in it though. It has sausage and stuff. And I mean, I feel like we already have turkey and ham. We don't need more meat. So and his is a cornbread based dressing. And I prefer the bread based dressing, not the cornbread. I'm not a cornbread fan. So we have 2 dressings. So don't judge. Anyway, so my next one is, my next column has all the recipes in it. So basically it's every single one of these cards has a recipe. And so let me show you what it looks like. So this one this isn't a great example. This is just, it's just a turkey. So that's, it's just a step-by-step directions on how to do the turkey. Let me show you like the dressing one. Okay, so this is like, I will have dressing as a checklist, and this will be the ingredients here. And then up above will be in the description box will be the directions on how to do the dressing. So, and I'll show you why that's important to do the checklist like this in a moment. But this is how we have all of our recipes are on every single one of these, so that when it comes to time to cook, I just stay on this Trello board all day long and just go step by step. And that's how I do it. Okay, so the next column is going to be my schedule column right here. And this one is, I have it for a 1 week before, the Tuesday before, the Wednesday before, and then Thanksgiving Day, because I pretty much start working on Thanksgiving the week before. And let me tell you what I do the week before Thanksgiving. So the week before Thanksgiving, I order all the food. I do that usually on Friday or Saturday before Thanksgiving, so that everything's still fresh and everything. I put the turkey I move the turkey and the ham from the freezer to the refrigerator so they'll start thawing. I get out all the serving dishes that I'm going to use and all of my place settings and everything. And I make sure that they all look great, that they're all polished and nice. And some have been sitting in the cabinets for a year, so I'll go ahead and wash them all again. And if they're silver, I'll polish. And then I kind of do it like I do a count, an inventory, so to speak, to make sure that I have enough of every place setting or whatever, because I like to change up my table every year. So I do something a little different every year, not completely different, but just a little different every year. So I got to make sure that everything is, I have enough of everything. Plus, usually I know about how many people are coming by then, so I have to make sure that I have enough people. I also, and it's not on here, but I also take out all my cloth napkins and my table runners and tablecloths, and I iron those at this time too. So I probably should add that there, is iron tablecloth, runners, and napkins, because we always use cloth napkins on Thanksgiving. That's kind of a special, occasion, so we like to make it special. I also go ahead and clean my house thoroughly. So the weekend before Thanksgiving, I'm usually like cleaning like a mad person. I always keep my house fairly clean and pretty much company ready, but this is like cleaning baseboards and, just really going after it, like a deep clean of the kitchen before all the cooking begins. We clean the oven out, things like that. So I clean the bathrooms really well. Just like if we're going to have your best company over, you're going to, spend a little bit more time cleaning. So that's kind of what we do. That's kind of what that is. So that is my week before Thanksgiving. So Tuesday before Thanksgiving, I will usually straighten my house up a little bit, chill the wine if we're going to have wine, cut up veggies and do prep work. So I do a lot of the prep before Thanksgiving, because on Thanksgiving Day, I don't want to spend the entire day in the kitchen. I want to actually have time to look good and, make myself presentable. And I want to actually have time to spend with the family members that come and see us, or the friends, so that, spend time with them and not spend the whole time in the kitchen. So I go ahead and cut up the veggies and do all the prep work. I make cranberry sauce, because I make homemade cranberries, and I make the cornbread for my husband's dressing. So I do that on the Tuesday before Thanksgiving. And then Wednesday before Thanksgiving is really when I do a lot of my cooking. So Wednesday, I make all the casseroles, and I put cranberry sauce on here too already, but I do it usually on Tuesday. I make the mashed potatoes, and I make pies, and I fry up my husband's Italian sausage for his dressing. And then we usually go to church on Wednesday before Thanksgiving, and we call it pie church at church. So because we have pie after, it's like a pie social. So we call it pie church. So pie church is on there. A really cool hack that I found for the mashed potatoes, because I do not want to peel potatoes and, make mashed potatoes on the day of Thanksgiving, even though, they're so good when you make them like that, is I go ahead and make them on Wednesday. And then on Thursday morning, I just throw them in a crock pot, and they heat, and it stays warm all day, and they're perfect. Like, it's perfect mashed potatoes, but they stay warm. They don't dry out, they don't get weird. If you keep them in the crock pot on warm, they'll be perfect. So that's kind of my little hack for mashed potatoes. But all my other casseroles, like, so we make a green bean casserole, we make broccoli and rice casserole, a corn casserole, and then my mom makes this homemade macaroni and cheese usually. Well, for a few years I was making it for her, but sometimes she makes it. But anyway, regardless, we put them in those pans, the 9 by 13 casserole pans that you can buy at the grocery store. And the reason I do that is because that way, number one, it saves on dishes and cleaning after. But number two, I usually take the casserole dishes that are disposable, the aluminum casserole dishes, and when we're getting all the leftovers set up so that everybody can take stuff home, we'll usually be able to take like one family will be able to take one of the casserole dishes and just load it with all the other stuff, because it's usually about half or more than half gone. So that's why we use the casserole dishes. I do sometimes, not usually, not lately, but sometimes I would use my nice chafing dishes and everything, but it's just a lot of work. And, I mean, the casseroles, they all go in the oven at the same time and everything. And so it just works out to go ahead and use these little aluminum casserole dishes. So, but, everybody has their own way of doing things. So if that doesn't work for you and you want to use, the nice dishes, that's fine. We usually do our Thanksgiving buffet style. So not all these dishes are going to be on the table because it's just too much to have on the table. And not only that, I really work hard at making my table really pretty on Thanksgiving. So I don't want a bunch of food and stuff. There's not room at all for food on the table. So we do put like gravy on the table, and the cranberries I think we put on the table, and usually baskets of rolls like on each end. But other than that, everything's buffet style and everybody kind of makes their own plate. So so that's what we do on the Tuesday, Wednesday before Thanksgiving. So then on Thanksgiving Day, I have like times, like this is what I do. 6 a.m. we put the turkey in the oven. 9 a.m. take the turkey out, put the ham in, because usually we have about a 20-pound turkey or so. 10 a.m. we set the table. 11 a.m. take the sides out of the fridge so they can start getting, not so cold. 11:15 we make tea. And 11:30 we take the ham out of the oven, and then that's when we can put the casseroles in the oven. And if I haven't heated the mashed potatoes in the crock pot, we can go ahead and heat them. But usually I go ahead and heat them. I put them in like first thing in the morning usually now. That's what I did last year. So 11:45, make gravy, melt the butter, and spread over the rolls. At 12 p.m. we take the casseroles out of the oven and put the rolls in. And at 12 p.m. we start putting food on the table, or on the counter or wherever we're putting it, so that everybody can, serve themselves. And then at 12:10, we take the rolls out of the oven and we eat. So that is how quick it is for us. We are it's like science at my house, down to a science. So then that is kind of how we do it. And so let me show you how this is such a game changer for me, putting all this on Trello, because when I'm ready to order my groceries, and I used to go to the grocery store, but the grocery store is horrendous at Thanksgiving or the week before Thanksgiving. It's awful. Then I started just picking my groceries up. Well, now I work full time and I have a side hustle that I do, and so I just usually have my groceries delivered on this kind of thing, especially a big order like this. So I have a Kroger delivery card right here. And the cool thing about it is when you open it, you can start a checklist. And this is what's so great about having your recipes on your Trello board, is that you can go to checklist here and you come down to copy items from, and then you click on here and go down, like here's my apple pie stuff. So I add my apple pie checklist. So then I go to the next thing, which is broccoli rice casserole, and put my broccoli and rice casserole checklist there. And then I do the same thing for, let's see what's next, cherry pie recipe right there. So then I can it'll give me a list of everything I need. So then as I go through it, and I order the groceries on the Kroger website, I can check them. And once you check them, it says right here, hide completed items. So like, okay, I got my flour, I got my apples, I got my sugar, and you can hide the items. So then see, it starts going down, minimizing. You can always show them again if you need to. And because say, you need 3/4 of a cup of sugar on this recipe. Well, you might need sugar down further, and you've already ordered sugar. But then you're like, okay, how much did I need for that recipe? So you can unhide the items and then, show them again and then hide them again once you figure out that you have what you need. So basically that is how I do it. So I have 2 monitors. So I keep my Kroger delivery on one monitor and my Trello on the other. And I kind of just go back and forth and order. It really has been a game changer and made it so much easier to order my groceries that way. I mean, to do the groceries that way. And not only that, the great thing about delivering groceries or ordering your groceries for pickup is you kind of stay on budget because you kind of see a running total, and it keeps you really mindful of not ordering extra stuff that you don't need. And also you have the great thing that you don't, when you're not at the store and, doing those impulse buys too. So that's what I love about ordering groceries. It really helps me stay on task. Okay. So then further on, that's all the food and everything. Then we like to do activities, because it's, there's a lot of age difference and stuff, and we want to keep everybody fun and having a good time and, that kind of thing. So like we do different things every year. One year we had this giant poster and we like colored on it or whatever. One year we played a bunch of games and that kind of thing. Usually we always end up playing charades or something, something easy, or cards or Uno or, Phase 10, all those card games and stuff, sometimes dominoes. Every year, my immediate family, my husband and my 2 kids, we always do this thing that we draw for stockings. And it kind of happened and we always draw it on Thanksgiving, and it's for Christmas because it kind of happened when I became a single mom when I was younger, and my kids were really, really younger. I didn't have a ton of money, and so stockings would add up. Presents added up, and so what we would do is we decided to make it special, and we would draw for stockings. So everybody would draw a name, and we would make that person's stocking super special. And the other reason we did it was because usually stockings are pretty much afterthoughts, and they can be kind of like just junk. Like you go to the dollar store or to the dollar spot at Target, or you just try and find cheap stuff to stick in a stocking, and then it's usually stuff nobody wants anyway. So we really wanted to make them more special, and so it started back in 2001 or 2002, I think, is when I started it. And it really became a super special thing for my family. And it's just been a tradition we've done forever. And usually that is the first thing everybody wants to do is open their stocking at Christmas now, because they know that person who drew their name really put so much focus on them to make them the most special stocking they could. And so it gets really cool. And now my kids are adults, and one of them has a significant other, and so they join in too. And so it's just become this really great tradition for us to draw for stockings. So that's what draw for stockings means. It means that's what we do. And we just put the names in a hat and draw them. Then I talked about games. And then also we've done photo booths in the past too. One year I got, there's this site called Caravan Shops, I think. And they have a really cool Thanksgiving like posters and stuff, and placemats for kids and that kind of stuff, like Thanksgiving type of stuff. It's all printable stuff. And so one year we got that, and we did like a little photo booth, and it was super fun. We had like an Indian, photo thing. We had pilgrims and, turkey legs. It was just a lot of fun. So anyway, we like to be silly and do fun stuff. Okay, so here is where I put ideas of things that I want to do. And so like I was saying that I'm doing a different thing this year for my place settings. And so I found these really adorable galvanized tin pedestals, like mini pedestals at Hobby Lobby this year. And they were orange. They're so cute. And I usually use these blue chargers or I have used these blue chargers in the past. Sometimes I use burgundy ones, sometimes I use gold ones, sometimes I use blue ones. Anyway, um, and they look so good together. And so I was like, oh, that would be so cute to put one of those mini pumpkin bundt cakes on top of each pedestal of each place setting. And then that could be the present or the favor that they take home with them, is that little bundt cake. And everybody will have one. So that is what I'm going to do this year, I think. And so I already ordered my pumpkin bundt cake pan. And so I'm real excited about that. So that is kind of what I do. Now, an alternative, and what we did last year, instead of me cooking all the food, is doing a potluck. And so I have a potluck here because that's what we did last year. And so it would be easy enough to do the potluck and like list all the stuff on here so that you're kind of organized, and then, you know, just write who is going to do it. Like, I'm going to do the turkey, so me. And then, like last year, my son did the corn casserole because, you know, he's all about the corn casserole. So, you know, you just put everybody's name on here. So there's not a lot of duplication, and, you know, maybe you're not going to end up with 5 green bean casseroles or, you know, something like that. So just a way to get organized or stay organized with that. And these master repeating cards, I don't think I use them anymore. I used to use them, and what would happen is they would repeat, the card would repeat every year when it was time for Thanksgiving. But since I have my schedule here and I just kind of keep it the same every year, I don't even use those anymore. So that can even be gotten rid of. But anyway, that is how I do my Thanksgiving board. So my Christmas board, let me make sure I don't have any comments really quick. Nope. Okay. So my Christmas board is a little bit similar to this, but, you know, there's a lot more to Christmas than there is to Thanksgiving. So my Christmas board is here, and it starts with the day after Thanksgiving, Black Friday. And so usually I like to partake in the fun of going to Black Friday and, you know, just a few stores. I'm not like a crazy person or anything, you know, just to kind of get me in the spirit of Christmas. And I get up super early and go, and it's just a lot of fun. And then usually we have lunch or whatever. And then usually on that night I make something good for dinner. And so something easy for dinner, but good. Because we're going to start taking all the Christmas stuff down and that kind of thing, and start working on the Christmas and putting all the Thanksgiving decorations away and getting all the Christmas stuff out. So like, I'm going to make tortilla soup. Like, that's my, you know, my go-to for something easy to make on Black Friday. So then I also have a new this year column. This column is for when I want to do like throughout the year or at the end of Christmas, I'll have ideas that I want to do for next year. So I'll just kind of put them on here for things I want to do this year. Also, it's a great idea so that I remember stuff like the extension cords for all the Christmas. We have a ton of extension cords, and they're in the black and red tool bag in the garage. So, you know, just little things to remember. Also, we do a white elephant, and year before last, I had bought the white elephant that year for this past year. And so I kind of put it on here, like where they were and what they were, so I wouldn't forget for the next year. But it's just things I want to get done for this year. Also, this is my idea board, and I really want to make these nutcrackers that, let me see if I can make a bigger picture. Okay, on Home and Family, they made these really cute nutcrackers, and I wanted to make some, so I still have this on my board. I haven't made them yet. I really want to make them eventually, but they're on my board still. Then we always have a family baking day, and on this baking day, we always take the leftover turkey meat, and I make these special turkey enchiladas with this recipe that I came up with many, many years ago. I just thought up this recipe. It was inspired, and I made it, and everybody loved it. And so every year we all get together, and I make everybody a really cute apron, and we have a family baking day where we make cookies and candy and everything. And we also have really yummy food, and I always make it like the day before so I don't have to cook it that day. And so all you have to do is heat it all up. So enchiladas and Mexican food is very easy to heat up. So that is our family baking day. And then next to it is the cookies and the candy that we always make. Once again, these have the directions and the ingredients, so that you have all the recipes right here for you ready to make. And a lot of times we'll add stuff or we'll move stuff around or whatever. So this is how we do our family baking day. And then I have a shopping list, and this is for like white elephant gifts for like anytime I want to go to a store. Like once I decide on presents or what I'm going to make or what I'm giving away, I'll put the stores, like this one's Hallmark, this is for Amazon, and I'll have a list of stuff that I need to get so that when I'm at that store, I can get it all at one time and not have to go to that store many times or whatever. Then these are like activities and events that we try to do every year. And so I just have them listed here. We try and make the most out of the holiday season. And so, we have a ton of activities that we want to do. So we have those here. And then on to Christmas Eve, we have, these are games that we play during the Christmas Eve party. Usually our Christmas Eve is real casual. It's all family, and it's usually like an heavy appetizer-based Christmas Eve party. So I don't make any desserts because we have all the cookies and the candy that we've made, and I usually give a lot of the cookies and candy away at this thing. So I don't make any desserts, but we make lots of heavy appetizers, and it's kind of a come and eat as you want. It's a free-for-all, basically. So that's what we do there. And then on Christmas Day, usually I'll make brunch because it's usually just my husband and I. And then we usually go to his mom's after. So I usually don't cook a big Christmas meal or anything. So that is kind of what we do. And then I have a column for gifts. So hang with me, we're almost done. So the gift, this is my gift list. And usually what I'll do is I have everybody's name on here, and then I'll go ahead and throughout the year, usually, I haven't done it this year because I already know what I'm doing for everybody, but I will like put ideas in each person's card. And that way I'll have a good idea of what I want to get for everybody. And then also I usually make something for everybody. I do a handmade item. And so I have a list of the people that we make like a handmade item for too. So that is my gift list. And that kind of works hand in hand with that shopping list. So like when I see it, then I can say, oh, I need to get that at that store. So I'll put that on my shopping list of the store that I'm going to be at. Then New Year's Eve, we usually do kind of a Christmas Eve thing, but it's usually just my husband and I, maybe a couple other people. It's very, very small that we do because we don't like a lot of people driving and, that kind of thing. And quite frankly, my husband gets up super early now, usually about 3 a.m. to go to work. So it's rare that we stay up till, midnight. We might this year. I'm not really sure, but we'll see. We're supposed to go on vacation. I don't know. We're supposed to leave after Christmas to go on vacation, so we'll see. And then New Year's Day, I also do a menu. I do a ham and roasted potatoes, and it's more of a simple dinner, green beans and rolls, and just anybody that wants to come comes. It's not usually a formal, everybody has to come kind of thing. It's just whoever wants to come on over. We're going to have some ham and roasted potatoes and stuff. And that's kind of what we do. So that is how I do my Christmas board and my Thanksgiving board. So anyway, I hope that you got something out of this. I hope it helped you to kind of wrap your head around it and get an idea of how you would like to do your Thanksgiving and Christmas planning and that kind of thing. Maybe inspired you or gave you some ideas. So anyway, that is about it. And so I guess I will let you go and hope to see you next time. Thanks so much for watching.